From Carl to Oscar, I'm going to be late for the recording.
From Oscar to Carl, I've signed us up for American Idol, and we're going to get a feature film, baby.
From Carl to Oscar, no.
Oh, fuck it. My name's Oscar. My name's Oscar.
My name's Carl, and this is Who Would Watch This?
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast review show where we try and figure out who would watch this film.
Today we're going to be talking about From Justin to Kelly. It currently has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 10%, a Letterboxd rating of 1.3, and an IMDb rating of 2.1 out of 10. Oscar, hit us with a very vague, cheap plot.
I'll give you a vague plot, but there's so many little subplots, so we'll just go ahead. Okay. A waitress from Texas and a college student from Pennsylvania, didn't know that, meet during spring break in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and come together through their shared love of singing.
That's not true.
That's not true at all?
Yeah, it's not because they sing that they come through.
No.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
So... Oh, okay. Well, before we jump into the review, let's rewind to when our younger selves hadn't seen it and tried to guess who they thought would watch it.
Carl.
Oscar.
Next... Oh, stop it.
From Justin to Kelly, thoughts?
It's going to be singing. Know that. Do we think it's going to be poorly acted? I feel like that's maybe the big thing why it's so low rated. I mean, granted, the film concept alone is like why it's low rated, but also...
Don't even know the concept, to be honest.
Oh, you don't know why this film exists?
Oh, I know why it exists because of American Idol. I don't know what the plot is.
No. I'll tell you why... You know, before... There wasn't like they won and then it was like, oh, well, let's make a movie. Let's cash in on this. The winner contractually had to make the film.
Really?
Yes. And Kelly Clarkson did not want to make it. If you see the clip of her winning, she talked about it in an interview. She's like, she looks away because she's like, I fucking didn't want to win this. Because like then they didn't know like what would like come of it. Like it was just like a talent show pretty much. Yeah. So she was like, I do not want to make this. That's all I know.
So how early into the contract of winning do you reckon they were like, oh, you have to make a film?
They knew like day one.
Wow. God, imagine having a contest that's about singing, but it also makes you an actor.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, how bizarre. It's funny too, because they immediately never did this again, apparently.
No, never did it.
As to who do I think it's for? I don't know, probably X Factor fans.
Yeah, I guess, well, not American Idol fans. They just shun it, but X Factor soaks it up.
They're into it. Apparently, if you like The Voice, this one's probably going to be for you.
If The Masked Singer is not your jam, this will be. There's so many random crossovers of like, well, I won't watch that, but I'll love this.
Oh, God. I don't know who's it going to be for.
No, I don't know who's going to be for.
A little defeated while we're talking about this. Yeah. It's a long day of recording, being like, what are we going to think about this movie and the schedule way down the track? I don't know. It's not on my radar.
It's not my radar. Who would watch this? I guess we're going to watch it in a week.
Oh, God. All right. Enjoy. Hey, listener, you like this?
Ooh, we sound depressed. But hey, the energy's back in the room. We're still... No. We've been in a slump for a while.
Yeah.
Someone should check in on us.
Let's keep... Yeah, we should really get... If we have to do, like, a full day of recording, we need someone to check on us intermittently, that I haven't killed you, you killed me, or we've killed ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point that I think we should... So if you are listening, email us and you can become our little counselor.
Oh, God. All right, let's jump right into...
Were you surprised with the 20th Century Fox logo? I was, because most of these films have been...
Wow, didn't notice it. I don't usually pay attention to the opening credits.
But I'm just my first note, always. I'm like, what made this?
It's a gag, usually I'm so picky about it. I was more just like, for context, it's the Super Bowl today.
Yes.
Which screens at 10 a.m. in Australia. So I knew we were going to be recording after the Super Bowl. So I was up at 7 to try and watch this movie before having to go to the Super Bowl.
What is a day like for you, Carl, where you wake up, watch 80 minutes of this film, then a 4.5 hour sporting event, which was like one immediately. If you're listening and you haven't heard the results, the Pirates, Buccaneers, they won.
Yeah.
They won.
They did win.
And then you immediately have to then talk about this film.
Yeah.
What's that gap in between? What's in your brain?
God, I need a job. I need to get out of this line of work. Things aren't going my way. I've made some bad decisions in life that if my day consists of watching from Justin to Kelly seconds after my alarm goes off, literally tapping the alarm and then opening up the laptop, going online, buying the film, playing it, and going, before I've even had breakfast, I'm writing notes on from Justin to Kelly. Oh, and then going to a 4-hour thing for the Super Bowl and drinking.
Yeah.
And then going all the way out to your place to do this? Oh, I've made some mistakes along the way.
You also lost big, didn't you? You lost the car on the Super Bowl, didn't you?
Yeah, I bet it all. I bet this podcast on it.
We now lost the rights.
I know.
To a wealthy tycoon.
I got confused about what team Tom Brady was on, and I bet on the Chiefs. And I wanted to bet on the Cavaliers. Oh, no. It's been a day. And Justin Kelly has not helped whatsoever. Let's dive into it. She's performing. Boom. Turns out she's a waitress. Boom. This is a concert. Nobody's there. Boom. Luke the Cowboy was there. Thoughts?
Boom. Friends are there. 2 friends.
So much going on.
I've never paused a film so quickly because they go, let's dump everything onto you.
They're like, this is Kelly. This person's obsessed with her. These are her 2 friends. This is where she works. She's an aspiring singer. I've bought 23 bikinis.
We're going to spring break or we'll kill you. They say that. First impressions, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, it's pretty energetic. I'll tell you, it's a big wake up from the hottie and the naughty from last week. God, it's like they go through so much because they want to get to the opening credits like as quick as possible.
They're just like, the people are losing steam as we speak. We gotta pump it up. So that's that in like a minute.
Yeah, so they're like, boom, this is the film. So the credits begin. There's a sign motif. It's like, look, from Justin to Kelly, it's on a sign. Kelly Clarkson, it's on a sign. Justin? Normal font.
He's on a tent.
He's not on anything. They just went back to do...
Did they actually?
Yeah, they just stopped doing things on signs. And I was like, you don't set up doing 3 things on a sign and then be like, alright, the rest of it's not on signs.
Someone's name's on like a sand. Someone's name's
on a plane.
No, that's the insane one because all of them are like CGI computer animated.
Oh, was that real?
That was real.
Oh,
the director paid a plane to fly his name, directed by blah blah blah, over Miami Beach. Oh no, what was this Miami? What's spring break? They say it's Fort Lauderdale.
Are you sure? I think it might
Florida.
just be like the UK. Looks like one of your beaches, Oscar.
There's no pebbles there. It's so depressing.
There was no storm clouds there 90% of the time.
It wasn't filled with syringes. Just like, oh, I stepped on another. Yeah, so I think it's insane the director paid money. The plane is about $5,000.
You've looked into it?
Many times. I want to get directed by Oscar, but alas, the budget is not.
Oh no, I want to get directed by Carl flying through the sky so that people are like, oh, is there a new Justin to Kelly coming out?
Mum, yeah, another.
Did you see the plane? Oh god, so we've got the song playing. Vacation, gotta get away, vacation, all I ever wanted, vacation.
You pretty much nailed it. It's over like the longest montage of the Spring Breakers. We're then straight up introduced to
polar opposite to the movie Spring Breakers.
Oh, I need to see that. I've been going down a Harmony Korine train.
George Boys.
I've not watched Boy. Oh no,
Kids.
That's Kids. Yeah, Kids. That's his first one he wrote.
You seen Kids?
I have not seen Kids.
Yeah, Kids is fucking good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the one that you love.
What's it called?
Beach Bum.
Beach Bum.
God, you love a beach bum, don't you?
I just love a beach.
You
I think it's
little...
Matthew McConaughey has transformed into who he is as a person into this film. He's like this just doped out, beach bum who occasionally writes poetry and just wins at life in every regard.
Well, sounds about right.
Snoop Dogg's in it.
Yeah, there's a whole cast of select. Isn't Zac Efron in it?
He is. He's playing his greatest character I think I've ever seen.
Oh.
Also, Jonah Hill is one of my favorite characters in the film.
God, you just sound overwhelmed by how good this film is.
I am.
That notoriously disliked film, right?
No, I think it's.
It has a low score.
It has very low
critics.
scores, and
Yeah.
that's why I was surprised. Maybe that's it, but I like.
If I watch it, and it's not the best movie I've ever seen.
I don't think
I
it's the best film I've ever seen.
Well, you've told me
I think
seconds ago we have it on audio.
Oh shit, do we?
Yeah.
We're recording? Oh my god. I thought these were meetings. We've had private conversations. You're telling me you've been putting this on the internet?
What do you think that intern is here for?
Set dressing? I don't know.
Set dressing for our meeting.
I thought you wanted to be more professional. Get some people in here.
What do you think these giant microphones are? Do you think I'm nude for no reason?
I thought they were...
Because of the chafing. I'm chafing. That's what I'm saying. I've chafed.
Okay, so we're introduced to Justin and his friends.
Yeah.
Carl,
describe
the friends in 2 words.
Shit abs.
Yes.
They have shit abs.
They have shit abs.
This is if you took all of the excitement and toxicity of the 4 main characters of the Hangover films and amplified them to 1,000 and put it in one individual person who then just caused everybody else to be shitty around him. That's what this group of friends is.
Let's go for it. Justin is unlikable, I think. Yes.
To say the least.
Yeah.
He's unlikable to say the least.
But he's also a nothing character. It's not like a cliche.
Well, we said the least.
Yeah, the least.
And that's how unlikable he is.
That's it.
I've said
the least.
as little as possible. A minor amount. In cup measurement, a quarter.
What about in ounces?
Half.
Not?
30 bottoms. How many leagues under the seas? 1 league.
1 league. So his friend. So that's Justin. Bland. We've got the most douchey frat boy that we are, I guess, rooting for.
Absolutely. This guy drove me fucking nuts.
He is despicable. He is just like I think the film starts with we've got a whipped cream
bikini contest. What?
Yeah.
Also, one of their best friends is a nerd.
Is he a nerd? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere between the glasses and him trying to hook his phone, I guess, to a dial-up. I was like, he's pretty cool to me.
Ironically, people are dressing like how he dresses now, which is quite funny. But he has like this, like a phone in like a belt buckle. He's got the glasses. He's meeting a girl on the internet.
I know, it's like, why couldn't they just email when they were there? It's like they spend all their time waiting for one another.
Yeah, so it's kind of Pulp Fiction-esque. That it's a lot of plots flying about the place. The main one is Justin and Kelly, but each of the 2 friends of the main characters gets a subplot.
Yep. And a cop. But we'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
I think off the bat, this spring break looks so small.
Yeah. I think because they haven't paid enough extras.
Yeah.
They have a select, I'd say, 80 maximum.
All that extras money was spent on that plane. They were like, where the fuck is everyone? And he's like, up there.
Up there.
Look at it go. God, I've made such a bold, creative decision that won't hinder the film whatsoever in immersing the audience in the visual style.
It's meant to be like a CGI. It's meant to be done for the cheap, I imagine. I can't believe the director won this over. Wanted on film for this to fly. I can't believe.
Was he in like an American Idol situation that was like a director's idol? And he won. He was like, I didn't want to make this fucking movie, but I won a plane with my name flying through the sky.
Well, do you know what else this director has directed?
Oh god, I think it was something of not of merit, but I knew.
I feel like we might be talking about it. It's the Spice Girls.
Yeah, that is
movie.
Eventually one we will do. We'll probably do a musical month.
I will.
Cats can go into the musical month.
Bad CGI or superheroes or musical month.
God, Cats could be in about
Everything.
3. We watched Cats 3 times this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You don't do an all cats podcast?
Like those guys that watch one film for a year.
Yeah.
And we watch Cat. I think we'd become fans.
I've seen Cats once, and I'm infatuated by it.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years ago, a year ago. I don't know when we saw it in cinemas.
End of 2019.
Yeah. And it's 2021 now, so doing my maths is about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you something that I was not aware.
Yeah.
I thought this was a singing movie, right?
Yes.
I thought it was singing in the way that, like, A Star Is Born is a singing movie.
Yes.
When this became a musical, I was rocked.
I was pretty rocked because, again, the American Idol, which is
Mm.
just a singing contest, there's so much dancing.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of dancing.
Like,
And, like, I'll give it to them. The lead, Justin, is not a bad dancer.
yeah, Justin knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Justin's all about it.
Yeah.
How did Justin feel about having to make this? Because he was runner-up, right?
He was.
Did that mean he also had to make the movie?
No,
Or did they
get this. So it's only contracted to make the winner to make the movie,
Yeah.
but Kelly Clarkson did not want to make the movie.
Yeah.
Justin did. He was like, I'll do it, because apparently he's more like acting and stuff.
yeah.
So when Kelly won, she was like devastated. She cried for like in a trailer for like
Yeah.
hours, just like to I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Oh.
I think Justin. I think either sort of. I think they're all friendly at the start because he didn't know what it was. He signs on as well.
Right, okay.
I don't know why they made it a romantic film. It feels very inappropriate.
They don't have an ounce of chemistry.
No.
Like, I'm surprised we're even friends in real life. I've seen people treat their enemies better than Justin and Kelly treat each other in a film.
It makes sense though. It's like, imagine being in a competition with someone. It's like, hey, by the way, next year you're going to be in love, and you're going to act for the first time.
So I was rocked when it started as a musical because
Yes.
nobody's singing.
No.
Like, but people are singing.
Yeah.
So the audio starts first.
Yeah.
Of people singing.
Mm.
Then after 20 seconds, it like cuts to them, and you're like, oh, their mouth is moving. Oh, they're singing this?
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, why is everyone moving weirdly? And then you're like, oh, they're dancing. But the camera's either so close or so far away, you don't really know what they're doing. It's really weird.
It's a very weirdly shot film.
They've got this thing that I remember there was like this one thing where it's like the camera starts way out on the beach.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, this is not a mosh pit? What are they doing? And somebody's singing and it goes in close and you're like, where's the voice coming from? And by the time you've worked out as it zooms in which person's singing and you're like, oh, that person's singing, it cuts
To the widest shot.
It cuts to another wide.
And someone else is singing
does it
that.
again. Somebody else is singing that.
That's just a Where's Wally.
Yeah,
Every
it's a
single
Where's
time.
Wally of singing. I'm convinced that's what it was. I'm convinced that they were like, hey, we're going to need you to put on the red and white sweater now, Kelly. Thanks. The beanie's in that sack over there. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay. And her just being like, no.
Too bad you're going to do this. Because you're contractually... I hope they made money. I hope they made a lot of money.
From Wally to Kelly.
Okay, so yeah, the girls, they all arrive at spring break. The girls drive in a truck, and before unpacking this like loose truck, they're like, let's go party.
They're like, let's have a fucking sing.
Yeah.
Imagine driving all that way, and the first thing you do is sing.
We have to do a musical number. I'm exhausted.
Do you remember when you guys did that big drive down to like my holiday house?
I do.
And
we did the big musical
number afterwards.
Oh my God.
How exhausting was that?
It was. We did.
You were so tired when you got out of the car, and then you were doing the splits and shit.
Yeah, it was pretty. I think it works, but you could really tell when the camera was so close to my face.
Yeah,
you could just see my pain.
Oh God, but the wardrobe changes were a lot.
Yeah,
you rocked those assless chaps. Though.
I did. I wanted the bit to keep going. Burlesque.
So when they stop dancing and singing, it's just a halt?
Oh, it's
weird.
It either just kind of stops or it like they just fade down the singing as like, well, let's continue the movie.
It's so bizarre. Because like in like High School Musical and stuff, they like applaud themselves after they've sung and stuff.
Which I always thought was weird.
Yeah.
Now seeing when a film doesn't do it, I get why
everyone
they do it.
Stops.
Yeah, it's just like, oh.
Unless you play it for like comedy,
yeah,
where it's like in the opening of La La Land on the freeway and they're all singing and they just get back into their car and they're all aggressive again.
Fuck you. Yeah,
like,
it works.
Yeah.
Whew.
So
the film, the musical number ends. The frat boy starts rapping.
oh god, I've got this same note. The rap scene made me sad.
And I'll say this now: a woman cop. Let's talk about that. So,
Progressive?
no. This is the first subplot. The frat boy keeps getting fined by the cop. The cop gives him a fine for rapping, which I think's good.
Yep.
I think that's a worthy investment.
I think we should start doing that in real life.
I think so too.
I've heard rapping on the street that I think should be fine.
Yep.
I've done rapping in my life that I think should have been stopped.
I think so. I think police force is... We're a positive police podcast here.
Anytime that I've broken into Will Smith's Wild Wild West rap,
yes,
I should be fined.
I think you should be...
Nobody's stopping me.
No. I think...
You're not stopping me. You're not doing enough to stop me.
I'm an individual. I think government intervention is needed to stop this.
You should.
Yeah.
Now try and stop me in real time. Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West, the best Desperado, yeah, rough rattle. Yeah, you don't want none of this shit. No. That's all I know. I like the opening.
All right.
Oh, Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West.
Stop.
Tackle me, bitch.
All right.
This jock is the meanest man.
Oh,
he's so awful to all of his friends. This is the weird thing. So it's like, we'll get into it, but there's a lot of mean people in this movie.
This film, I don't think the writer or director has never had a friend. Someone that cares about them and loves them, because everyone betrays everybody. So the frat boy is like, has a side hustle about just like whipped cream contests and wet t-shirt contests.
Yeah.
Bad person.
Yeah. Horny little fucker he is. Because he makes all of his money from organizing...
They're party organizers. That's why I read that. They're party organizers.
And apparently they're there all the time, yet they don't know to get permits and shit.
Yeah.
But they're there all the time. So are we led to believe this is the first time he's being fined?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that can't be right.
That can't be right at all. He should be fined constantly.
He should be constantly fined. I think he should be locked up.
Yeah, he's like... And it's...
See this? Locked? This is the key.
Carl's mimed a locking key, and he's holding the key right now, and he's picked it up, thrown away.
Throw away the key.
Wow.
Powerful.
Thank God this is an audio medium. And Carl's sucking himself off. Okay, so yeah, that's the frat boy. That's his subplot. They get to the hotel. The nerd is a nerd, and he has like a pull-out bed, and he does this weird thing with the bed.
He's like, I want technology to sleep with. Put the cable up my butt. I was like, stop whining. He's like, I wish I could have sex with digital coding. I was like, shut up.
Artificial intelligence will suck me off.
I'm gonna sit here and masturbate to Jeopardy.
Okay, so this is gonna be a really hard film to talk about, because this film, there's like, what was it, 5 stories? Jumps around at random.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want to talk about this nerd again.
No.
I don't want to justify his plot. I don't want to tell the audience how he gets involved. You want to find out? Watch the fucking movie.
That's so upsetting.
I'm not here to tell you.
I think he had the greatest subplot.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The film. It's the nerd.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, fine. Go on. I'll mention it now, as we never.
We're cutting one of them. All right. I don't want to talk about
there's so
one
many
of them.
easy ones to cut.
We can either talk about the waiter chef.
Yep.
Or we can talk about the nerd. I'm not talking about both. All right.
I'm gonna say the nerd bit. We can and then we don't have to talk about him again.
All right.
Nerd's nerdy. He wants to hook up with a woman he met on the internet because he's a nerd. A big muscly man thinks he's cheating on him. Then the nerd makes his life better, and then he hooks up with the internet chick. What was that bodybuilder bit?
Well, why did he think that he was...
No clue.
Because in the end, they're sitting next to each other.
Yes.
And she approaches him pretty much. And I'm like, well, you two weren't together.
Yeah.
So how do you end up in your hotel room?
I think it was a mistake.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
Yep.
Do you feel fulfilled?
I'm pretty happy that the nerd's being ticked off.
Okay. The nerd is done. Don't
Nerd's
want to
done.
talk about him
Cool.
again.
That's great. That's 1/5 the film.
Just really
Disappeared.
quickly though, God, he must have peeled. There's a part where he lathers
Now,
himself
hang
up
on,
in
hang
oil.
on. You've said we don't talk about the nerd.
Sorry?
If you want to talk about this sunburning bit, I'm keeping the nerd in. You decide if you want to talk about the nerd now.
Oh, I don't edit this episode, do I?
No, you don't.
Damn it. I feel like when I get to edit, I kind of hold the podcast hostage. And I'm like, I'm going to do what I like. But when you're in charge of the edit, I get pretty sad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no.
I'm a cruel person. I keep editing your bits. I'll cut that.
You gotta cut that. Giant
Rewind.
no-no.
Let's go. So we're keeping the nerd in.
No.
Great.
No to the nerd.
There's a fun.
No to the nerd. We're not doing the nerd bit. I don't want to talk about him.
All right, we're talking about.
I've had enough of him. I'll tell you right now, though, I loved his singing voice. I actually thought out of the three, he was the best of the three boys.
We've only talked about the nerd. Because we don't want to talk about the nerd.
Now my aim is to not talk once about Justin or Kelly. I'm invested in the nerd.
It'd be a way better story if it wasn't for the other female friend. That's...
Oh god. Anyway, so
Okay.
there's another part where do we just go to the tap dancing scene?
Yeah, let's go to the tap dancing scene. So everyone's together.
Yep.
They're at this like beach party.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we giving them just real quickly? We're not going to give anyone names because I don't think the film gives them names.
No, I don't know I know who Justin is.
Yep.
Not sure who Kelly is,
No
but
clue.
using the trajectory of the sun,
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out on a limb and say the actress that's also called Kelly.
Tight. I disagree.
Plays the character
I disagree,
Kelly.
but let's.
Should
go
we talk
with
about the success of one of the friends in life?
it. Yes. Okay. So the how we differentiating the friends, because one's an evil monster
Yeah.
and one's just
The other one is just the voice of the princess and the princess and the frog.
yeah, it's Teoh.
And yeah, and she's also in Dreamgirls.
Yes.
Go her. She's a star.
Yes. She's done well after this film.
The other one is a bitch.
She is. You said it. I haven't said it. But the film, I can't believe this is like the plot.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. So they're at this tap dance party.
Yes.
That's a sentence.
Yep.
They're kind of like shuffling around it like
Well, how would
it's
you
a
react?
cult? I don't know.
How would you react to a tap dancing like man? You kind of have to just jive
The same
on
way that you would react to like a mime approaching you.
Yeah.
No eye contact. It then turns into another musical number, and her singing starts before she starts singing.
It does.
It's who made these creative decisions that are like, oh, we've written this great song. You know what'd be amazing is if we recorded you singing coming in on the second line. Why?
I think it worked. The plan has to go over.
Yeah.
Now, okay, real quickly, what are we thinking of the song so far?
Bad.
Bad, of course. But
This is the best one.
this is the best song. This is the best song. Do you want to know something hilarious about this film?
Go on. You've done your research.
I've done my
like it.
research.
I didn't do any of it because I rolled out of bed, watched this, and then went to the Super Bowl party.
So, as you know, I think the music is the main part of this film. They wanted to release an album.
Yeah.
Because of it. However, the people that signed Kelly and Justin said no, they're both releasing debut albums. So not to cross-platform, this wasn't allowed to be released. The only thing that this film, I guess, is a vehicle for is the music. Wasn't allowed to be.
Oh, so you can't listen to this
You
music
can, but
now?
it was. But you can now, but it was not released as a result.
Wow.
Yeah. Which makes this disgusting.
Yeah.
Because then we just have the plot to talk about.
We can't talk about
We
the
can't.
music.
Justin and Kelly have told me personally, it's a no-go.
Well, surely Justin hasn't.
No,
Justin's so sweet.
he ate me with his hair. You're talking about
Oh,
Justin's hair?
Yeah, God. Who do you reckon you have better or worse curls than Justin?
He has better curls in the terms of like a curl,
Yeah.
but he is like, it's like a pure afro.
Okay, out of you and Justin, then, who is better at curling?
Ooh, I mean, I did it for about 5 years, so Justin, I think is really.
All right, who's better at using a curling iron?
I'm going to be selfish and say me. It's a bit of an ego trip. I think I'm better at curling.
Who's better at eating a curly whirly?
Ooh. I hate this bit.
I'm in charge. Oh, cut it. No, you're in charge. We keep it in. So
these boys... Okay. Why is this film a mess to talk about? Because it is a mess. So anyway, the three boys...
Yeah.
Have so much power. Sorry?
They have bracelets or something that all the girls want?
Yeah, so they have free margarita passes. I have no idea how they have this much power. They have so much power over this spring break.
It's like, because here's the thing. He doesn't know about renting venues and stuff. You can't just rock up to a place and hold an event.
Yeah.
He had to have genuinely sat down and communicated with bars and bouncers and all that.
And booking stuff.
So he has to actually be competent at business to pull off ever having a successful event at...
He has about 5 events in the film as well. I've never seen him work. All he's doing is trying to get with a police officer and just holding cash.
Are we to believe that we think the nerds set it all up?
Maybe, yeah.
Is he a part of it?
I think they're a team of people that plan...
Because there's 3 letters, and he's like... Justin's constantly like, I'm just the J.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Fucking hell. Anyway, so everyone tries to take like a bracelet from Justin.
I think it's a margarita part, like a free margarita.
Justin runs into a bathroom.
The female bathroom.
Oh, perv.
Yep.
Turns around. Who's there?
Oh, it's Kelly.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson's
playing Kelly.
Playing Kelly.
She turns around and she says, "My friends call me Kelly for short." What is Kelly short for? I paused the movie and spent a long time being like, what the fuck is Kelly short for?
Is Kelly Clarkson a one-word name? She's like Prince. She's just...
Well, Kelly Clarkson. And they're like, well, your character's just going to be called Kelly. What, for short?
That's insane. There's so much to unpack in this bathroom.
What could it be? Kellyson? Caliqua? Calligraphy?
Calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Yes.
Kel. Holy, what a horrible fucking line. Surely she said it and then went, does people realize Kelly's my name, right? It's not short for anything.
Isn't it Kellyson? No. That's not a name.
And they're like, oh, somebody else has been getting your paychecks then, because I've been writing down Kellyson.
Kellyson on American Idol. Chuffed. I didn't even win. I came 13th.
Look at all this money I'm getting. $30 a day? Wow.
It definitely was. Anyway, yeah, so...
No, I'm rocked by this. I don't want to go past
No, I'm not rocking.
I want line.
No, there's more to the worst line, but I've got my second line here.
Yeah.
We should say she's meant to be from Texas, and she has like a southern accent.
She's got a twang to her.
But she loses the twang.
Oh, she loses the twang.
Hi, I'm Kelly Clarkson, and I'm just going to talk like this now for the rest of the film.
Hi, I'm Kelly Clarkson. My friends call me Kelly for short.
Anyway, she says to Justin, jump out that window. Justin's like, my hair's too big. Kelly in a southern accent goes, I'm from Texas. I've seen bigger. What does that mean?
I don't know. She's also like, I'm from Texas. I've seen bigger. I'm like, complete a sentence. Complete a sentence in an accent.
I like he doesn't even keep it for the whole sentence. Each time she starts with southern thing.
She gets to a comma and is like, done. The comma symbolizes end of accent. Does she have a twang to her in real life? What a weird creative choice to them. Be like, here's the thing. It's like, you've won American Idol. You're clearly a talented singer, and they've gone, now we're going to test your acting ability. You want to pull off an accent?
I love it, because, like, it's already a challenge for anybody to, like, act in a feature film as your debut. Why go nuts with a character?
I know. What an insane creative decision. He's like, oh, God, look, I'm so sorry, Kelly. I've spent all the extra money on that plane. So there needs to be another element to this film so the producers don't notice. Could you have a twang?
You can lose it 40 minutes in. Yeah. We don't mind.
You can lose it any mid-sentence, but just try a little.
Okay, so Kelly's like, wow, I like you, Justin. Here's my number. Writes her number on a napkin. Throws out the bathroom window. Justin then drops the number in a puddle.
one, what a klutzy bitch.
Yep.
Not her, him.
Yep.
2, they see each other constantly.
Constantly.
This phone plot line.
This is the film. This is the conflict.
This is the reason the movie's called From Justin to Kelly.
Yeah.
Is these texts.
And it's so flawed.
It makes no sense.
So
many times they could have talked about it.
Yeah, so Kelly has no way of contacting Justin.
Yeah.
And yet, she talks about in the film that she receives text from Justin. She never has, and she never can.
Mm.
We'll go further into what the phone plotline is, but...
We can get to it now.
Alright.
Yeah, so the friend...
Yes.
Is...
Quotation marks.
Yeah.
The worst person.
The worst human being
yeah.
maybe ever is Kelly Clarkson's friend.
Yeah.
Who bullied her into coming out here, and the moment she finds a boy she's interested in,
yeah,
she's gone, no, mine.
Because
Kelly Clarkson,
because Kelly Clarkson's very reserved. This friend is very outgoing and gets a lot of guys, and she's jealous that a guy likes Kelly. First bad friend.
Yeah.
First bad thing she's done. She gives Justin her number.
Yeah. So her own. So yes. The bad friend now has Justin's number.
Yes, and Justin thinks he is texting Kelly.
Yep. When really, he is texting...
the devil.
The bad friend.
The bad friend.
To reiterate, phone. Number.
Yep.
Gone to bad friend.
Bad friend.
Bad friend text Justin.
Yes.
Justin, no.
Yes.
Justin talk to Kelly.
Correct.
Let me reiterate.
That was the script notes. I'm going to stop you there. Okay, so that's the film.
Yeah.
The other friend who's Tina?
Tina,
in Princess and the Frog.
Tiana?
Tiana? I think Tiana.
Yeah.
Her subplot is she meets a bartender and likes him.
Yep.
He has a shitty boss.
Yep.
That he's overworked.
Yep. Let's knock this whole fucking plot
let's
out
knock it
now.
out.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's send this to the wayside, just like we did that nerd.
Yeah.
That ooey gooey nerd.
Oh god, I can't believe this film just didn't do little vignettes. It's just it chopped up. Anyway, okay, so
it's crazy because it can't even get to 80 minutes.
Yeah, it's 77 minutes.
Yeah,
with so many subplots.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this friend, the guy's about to go on. They're about to go on a date, and the boss is like, "You gotta work today," and this Tiana is like, no, you work him too hard. The boss then immediately fires him. The man's upset because he's just been fired from his job.
Yeah.
And is furious.
And it's her fault.
It's her fault.
Yeah, because she's stormed into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And is like, I want to spend more time with you, and I'm only here for a week.
Yeah.
You have to live here permanently.
Yeah. I can't believe but he flips up. Anyway, so... 90 minutes in the film, he gets another job as a shit job. She's like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, you people always come to spring break for a week. I live here. I'm doing an accent. I don't know what I'm doing, but
You're
has an
doing
accent.
Johnny from the end of the block. It's me, Johnny.
I've nailed it.
He's nailed it. It's me. It's cousin Vinny. I'm walking here.
Oh, Carl, I love impressions. I think we should pivot.
We should pivot. Oh my god, is that Sean Connery? Yes. It's the only voice I can do.
Oh my god, stop bringing up impressions as a plot point.
Well, how to do?
That's actually perfectly the evil bitchy friend.
Yeah, it is. She even sings like that.
Yeah. Okay, so then they get together and that's it.
That's it. It's gone. It's done. They're out of here.
So just so you know.
Again, as the visual medium, I'm gonna pick up.
Yep. This
one.
Juggling. Yes, you picked up a ball.
No, it's the character.
Yes, the character
of the.
Go
on. I'm rating it out to you.
Tiana. Glasses. Nerd. You've got the nerd. Yep. Thrown it away. Nerd done. We're out. So let's say there's 6 characters: nerd, jock, Justin, Kelly, bitchy evil woman, and Tiana from Princess of the Frog. Cop.
There's cop.
No, that we'll come back to that.
All right.
Tiana.
Yep. See it?
Princess of the Frog.
Yep.
Thrown away.
Yep.
Visual medium.
They're out of here.
Nailed it.
Let's get rid of the fucking jock now.
All right, let's do the jock. Jock. He is running these many very like elaborately. He has stages and stuff. He's got like a whipped cream contest, which is awful.
Yep.
Makes a lot of money from that.
Degrading.
Yep. Distasteful. The cop then finds him because he doesn't have a permit.
Yep.
All right.
Basically, his whole arc is he keeps making money.
Yeah.
It's funny because also he falls down a lot and into things.
Yeah.
The cop keeps on being like, "I'm gonna fine you." He ends the whole thing with $1.
Yes.
If you think that's funny, oh boy, you don't know comedy.
You don't know comedy. And yet, the police officer, who you just know for the whole thing, you go, please don't
and would clearly be so irritated by this
so
person.
Irritated, is infatuated by him, and off duty, they start to date, and I assume fuck.
Yep, I would assume so.
That's the frat boys plot. Picked it up, and thrown away.
Yep.
Tick, done. Let's keep them going. Who else we got?
God, let's just fucking cut some corners.
Oh, no, sorry. The evil bitch is very integral to the Justin Kelly bit. Cool. Carl's picked it up and he's placed it on the microphone.
I'm placing her back down. What about this one? Oh, she's heavy. What's this one?
Is that...
I'm getting too into a visual medium.
You can't. You
What's
have
this
to,
gag?
You have to drop it.
I'm committed to. I'm not going to drop the ball.
I can't believe... you can edit this one. How am I going to edit this? All right.
This is good. You got 40 minutes of great content right now. We're flying through it.
The episode's 13 minutes.
Okay.
Yes, let's go. Let's just do Kelly and Justin.
Yeah. So they basically, due to the text thing,
yes,
they don't see each other. They both get stood up a bit.
Yes.
Right?
There's a lot of stooding up.
Yep.
And oh, you said this, but you said this.
Yep. So Kelly gets into the whipped cream competition.
Yep. Against her will.
She whipped creams him.
Yes.
He's like, whoa, what the hell is this? And then some stuff happens. They find each other again. She's eating something, and he's like, yo, here's some hot sauce.
Yeah, as like a nice gesture.
Yeah.
He then opens the hot sauce and just pretty much throws it on her face.
Yeah, he might as well just got it in her eyes and was like, wouldn't it be better if you were blind?
Rich pepper sprays her in the face. She's obviously furious. What happens? Well, what would you do if this happened to you, Carl?
Oh, if it happened to me?
Yes.
God, I don't know. I guess I'm not a wasteful person.
Yeah.
I'd probably sit there.
Yeah.
Next to the place.
Yeah.
In a chair.
Mm-hmm.
And as people ordered, I would go, this person over here, Justin, has spilt hot sauce on me. If you would like hot sauce, don't bother going to the table and taking it out of the bottle. I have some on my shirt. Please scrape it off so it doesn't go to waste.
Also, I'm Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. So I would let people with said taco or burger or whatever they've got, just scrape it up. Just so they've got all the hot sauce on it.
Yep.
Because you don't want it to go to waste. I'm not a wasteful person.
No.
All right?
Well, I would...
What would you do?
I mean, I feel silly now. What I would do I would go out and buy matching white uniforms, tracksuits. I'd then get on a boat and do a little song.
So what I'm hearing is you're against the environment.
I'm very much against the environment.
I can tell.
In fact, these white clothes are made from coal.
Do you want to see Oscar on Garbage Day? The garbage goes into recycling, and as he tips down a lid, he goes, I don't even fucking care.
I don't care.
Yeah. And usually, more often than not, Al Gore's next to him, single tear rolling down his eye.
Yeah. I also put...
He's really inconvenient being up there, I'll tell you.
And that's the truth.
Yes! Yes! I'm picking the ball up!
Alright, let's get back to the film. They do a song on their boat. Yep. This has to be the worst cinematography and editing.
Fast forwarded. I went, nope, not another song.
How could you? It is a boat. They have a mid shot, then they have a wide shot, then they have a mid shot, then they have a wide shot.
I can only assume the camera constantly missed them singing. The camera would have been like, oh, is Justin singing? And we'll pan up to Kelly. Kelly's beginning to sing, and we'll pan back down to Justin. Oh, they're both singing? I'll just turn it out to the sea.
I'd pay... So, because they're lip syncing this, I'd pay so much.
Sorry, what?
Lip syncing?
No, they're not. Surely they're singing this live. What are you telling me, Oscar?
What
are you telling me?
Yes, they're on the boat singing live. What I was going to say...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm gonna have such an upsetting time editing this mess. All right. Whatever. All right. So Justin and Kelly are still wearing.
Sometimes I find myself so funny, and I know I'm not. It's like I know this is just for me, but I'm having a fucking ball. Like, let me live my own life. All right, just let me be happy.
You are happy. We've got the audio recording of you being happy.
Oh god. Oh, let's take a breather. I'm chuffed. Go fucking smoke a cigarette. Let's do it. Pop the champagne.
We've never on the podcast said let's have a break because of a bit so good. And I can tell you now, this bit is not good.
I'm not even a smoke. I never fucking smoke. I'm ready to be in like post-coital situation where you're like, oh fuck, was that as good for you as it was for me?
Me sitting there upset. No,
shaking?
Yeah. Oh, now you... I was just upset with a sexual experience. I wasn't, as you've inferred. Won't go there.
You're shook because you had such a good time.
I'm shaking for something else.
Oh no.
Don't smoke in my bed. We should tell you we do record this in a bed. Sort of like Grandpa Joe and Grandpa Josephine.
Yeah, our legs intertwine. Oscar's heel is at my crotch, and my heel, because I'm slightly taller, sits just over Oscar's belly button.
Pretty much what happens is I get my dick kicked the whole time.
And mine's lightly massaged. And when the podcast is done, we both get up like Uncle George and are like, woohoo, woo!
Oh, it's a bit awkward for the other two in the bed, isn't it?
Oh god, oh, they're aging horribly. Grandma Josephine, have you got anything to comment? Oh, she's dead.
Oh, let's bring it back to Kelly and Justin.
Oh god. So they have this great date out on the boat.
Yeah.
They go back to where Kelly's living. They stand there so one person can make a move.
Yeah.
And Kelly's like, are you going to kiss me? Essentially with their eyes is like, are you going to kiss me? And Justin's like, balls in your court. Like, I've done half the work.
It's a good 30 seconds of just like, should we?
Yeah.
Oh, 40 minutes. Let's keep it. We'll
He's
go.
like, I should go, but know that this is your fault and not mine. Justin.
They convert that. They're great actors. They really sing that song with their eyes.
Well, honestly, that's basically what this whole movie is. It's just them singing with their eyes as the song plays.
Oh, okay. So...
Also, is there only one cop controlling all the spring break?
Yes, it's a fucking disaster.
What a nightmare.
An absolute nightmare.
And her day off is when they do that massive musical number at the end. It's when you need the most control.
She's like, there's so much crime, there's so much murder.
Yeah.
I can't control it. I'm having the day off.
They're
quit.
like, quickly, there's been a stabbing. And she's like, sorry, I got a cutie to find over here. Oh, what a musical number. Crime will have to wait. Boogies into the scene.
Okay, so we should talk about what this evil monster does, right?
Not the cop, the
Not
bad
the cop,
friend.
yes, the bad friend.
Yeah, you
so
go.
She's texting Justin, kind of making sure that he, like, stands up Kelly, because after they're, like, almost kissed, they say, let's meet at the beach. And she's like, texts Justin, no, let's meet at this bar. They meet at the bar. I don't know how to interact this into the story or our podcast, but there's a scene at 4:20:59. If you can find the film, get the film. One of the extras crossfades and disappears like a ghost.
Do they?
Me too.
I missed that.
I missed it too, and then my girlfriend pointed out. We rewinded. Insane.
Great. By announcing you have a girlfriend, the podcast has lost all its sex appeal. I hope you're happy. Nobody's going to want to fuck us now. God damn it, Oscar. We're supposed to be attainable. It's like celebrities. You want to look attainable.
Sorry, I'm single for the podcast.
But like Margot Robbie, where it's like she was in a relationship for 5 years and is married now. But that's us.
Which one's Margot? Which one's Roger?
No, that's mine. All right. So anyway,
yeah, they do a song. She's promiscuous. Yeah. That's the song.
So then he's like, no, I'm committed to Kelly.
Yes.
So she decides to call up Luke.
Yes.
From back home.
Yep.
That one that was like throwing up over furniture and was like, I'm the only guy that watches you sing, hun.
So then Luke comes.
Yeah.
And I think he's a bit shocked that Kelly's lost her accent in 2 days.
He's like, whoa, what's happened here?
Kelly, darling, why you lost your voice?
Where's your twang? And she's like, I'm a city girl now, and I couldn't be more American.
Okay.
So of course, there's a bit of a rivalry between Luke and Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when people get angry, how do you think it should be settled?
Well, off the top of my head, I would get some hovercrafts, 2 of them, and I would joust to the death. That's what I would do, Carl. What would you do in this situation? Oh, it's a very usual situation that happens? Alright, cool.
It happens all the fucking time. If somebody had told me there was a hovercraft race jousting experience in a film, I wouldn't have believed you, let alone the American Idol film. Somebody went, look, hovercrafts are big. People love them. It's like, could you imagine like West Side Story or Romeo and Juliet if they were like, no, they're going to work out their troubles in a hovercraft on the sea.
In Baz Luhrmann's one.
Oh, he would have pulled it off.
He would have pulled it off.
It would have been done to some quirky song, and I would have cried. I would have been like, no, Horatio, don't die. Oh, he was hovercrafted to death, Juliet. By him! By Romeo!
Well, that's what happens. Luke, I can't believe... Justin looks like a monster.
Luke's bleeding.
Yeah.
What did he hit his head on the sea? You don't bleed from the... I've been fucking knocked around by the sea in my life in attempts on surfing and boogie boarding and getting smacked by waves.
That jousting contest you did enter.
Oh, I did. Oh, never mind. I just realized I'd just been swimming in cement.
Anyway, so Luke goes to the hospital. He's like, Kelly, what the fuck was that? Yeah. She's like, go home. He's like,
Kelly's basically like, I didn't tell you to get into a fucking hovercraft jousting race. Why are you putting that on me? I did what I thought I had to do. I'm like, why'd you think you would win? You don't even live near the sea. You've probably never seen a thing like that before.
You're landlocked.
Yeah. The douche goes to his friend and is like, hey, do you reckon you're confident with this? And Justin's like, yeah. And is like, cool, Justin's 2-1 on bets. I was like, based on what? How often does this happen?
The cop then immediately is like, you've been, 1, an illegal jousting competition, and 2, gambling on
I don't think she's allowed to fine them because there's no precedent for it ever before. She's like, I feel like I should fine you on something, but this has just never been done. If I was a real cop, I would have fined this movie. I would have been like, no, you can't paint us like this. Alright? This is not what our town represents. Get your fucking hovercrafts out of here.
And fuck back off to Maine. Last film. Never mind.
We can't do that. We can't do that now.
We can't intertwine it.
Oh, God. And if you're from Maine, God, I hope you enjoyed your cold weather. A lower 15? I hope you're rugged up. Oh god. Anyway, things tie up pretty quickly from here.
Oh my god, there's literally a checkpoint. So as you can see, all the subplots have come together in a beautiful.
They can't see that. I've thrown them all the way over there. They don't even know where the subplots are. One of our notes was like, be more cohesive with the story, and I threw that out the wall as soon as possible.
It's like, honestly, it's like the writer. Have you heard the expression "back to the ranch"?
No.
In writing. Well, it's like when you have the very exciting point in your, when they're starting to get a bit slow, you cut to the other story.
Yeah.
The writer learnt that, but then everything was boring.
Yeah.
So it keeps cutting, I think there's 58 scenes in a minute.
There's so many. I can only assume the writer was there and was like, fuck, do you need an actual ranch to pull this off? Doesn't seem to be working.
Alright, so...
They get into a fight and they're like, why are you so hot and cold? And they're like, why are you so up and down?
And why did you text me?
Yeah.
Texting.
Text, I don't, blah, 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 blah. They're like, you know what? This is done.
Yeah.
Kelly and Justin are done. She's going, she goes back to her 2 friends.
Yeah.
They're partying. The bitchy chick drops the phone on the ground.
Yeah.
Which I guess opens texts.
I
don't
get
know
it's
how
a very
Nokias
old.
used to
It's
work.
such an old. The text messaging is honestly the only thing that's funny in this thing. It's like, see you later. You.
It's all. Beep, boop, boop. It's also like, for the time, such a modern story.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what if people misinterpreted texts? God, we're pretty hip and cool, aren't we? American Idol.
Oh, we're jumping on that. Yeah. So Kelly then pretty rudely grabs the phone and just starts reading through every text message he
She's
has.
like, what the hell is this? You've been talking to Justin? From Justin to Kelly. That's the title.
Anyway, she's furious.
Of course you would be.
Yeah, because his friend has been essentially sabotaging their relationship.
Princess and the Frog is outrageous.
Yep, they've got this bartender
She's
thing.
like, let's go. Let's get out of here. She turns around basically, is like, you know what? You fucking scum. You fucking scum.
You're dirty.
Look at you. She wipes her finger down her face and is like, you filthy. Throws the filth back at her. Like this. It's a filthy
pretty
card.
powerful moment, I'd say, in cinema.
Oh, it's actually really powerful.
Okay, so then, I don't know how, I think Justin and Kelly meet like a pier.
Oh yeah, she sings for ages and like
sings for ages, don't they?
and then Justin's like, I came back, and she's like, how? And he's like, I was stopped at the airport. And she's like, and the bitchy chick's like, look, I've made all things right again. And I'd be like, I'm never being friends with you again.
This monster, because she's so evil in the film. So evil in the film.
Yeah.
And then she's like, don't worry, I got Justin. Because when I wanted Justin, I was just sad because no one gave me attention. And I never had that before. And when you had it, Kelly, it made me feel bad. So, but then you guys kept getting back together. I think I learned that you guys should be together. And that's my message I'm taking away from this. I'm a good person.
Like, you haven't learned. She's like, his curls threw me, and I didn't know what to do in a sensible way. She is so terrible. She's almost deserving of death. I almost think she should have been crushed by something, and you would have been like, right.
Good.
She's
correct.
The filmmakers have done the right thing in killing off this character who was just so awful to who is supposed to be one of her best friends.
Yeah. We've got 5 minutes, Carl.
Got seconds.
So how does the film wrap it up? Because I shit you not, they just go, all right, what subplots have we done? All right. Kelly, Justin, you guys kiss. We're at a pool party. Nerd, you get the girl. Frat guy, you fuck the cop. Black chick, you fuck the bartender. Justin and Kelly, you guys fuck, and let's have a big song.
And he's like, and I'm gonna fuck in that tight little aeroplane that I purchased. Anyone want to join me? We'll menage a trois in the big sign that follows it. I'll wrap myself up in it like a dirty little sausage roll.
Will emerge like a sexy butterfly. Justin and the director.
Oh god, what song do they do?
I wrote this. They say it's the song "That's the Way." I like it.
Yeah, that's right. And it made me think, and I was like, was the whole film covers?
I don't think so.
Right.
I think they were originals. I stopped watching. I have now written the note. I stopped watching. Carl, what happened? How's it finish?
I stopped watching. I could only assume it fades out.
Yeah.
But we'll never know for sure.
We'll never know unless we rewatch it next week on...
Oh, it's happening! God. This was a doozy.
This was pretty painful.
Yeah.
I think the singing... The songs are kind of okay. Bad, even.
They're very much of their time.
Very much of their time.
I had somebody that watched the film intermittently, and I gotta tell you, they were boogieing.
Okay.
Absolutely boogieing.
So with that said, the fact that they weren't able to be released makes me so angry. The only thing that this film really has for it is the songs. So then we have to do the plot. And the plot's atrocious.
I think it made a star, I guess, out of that girl that went on to be Princess and the Frog. So good for her.
Yeah.
That's the only real good thing.
Did Disney watch this and go, well, she was the only one that was mature-ish. Give her an animated... She's a good singer.
Oh yeah, the singing's fine. The choreography, I think, is probably fine. You can't see it, though.
No.
Because the camera kept on being like, Oh, they must have gotten into the editing room and been like, where the fuck's all the choreography? And the cameraman was like, you wanted me to shoot that?
I was on a water jet ski filming handheld.
This is an American Idol film, isn't it? Why do you want the choreography? He's like, I filmed all of that for like the So You Think You Can Dance movie.
I thought it was just a background trailer. Okay, well, can you make a film out of it? No.
He's like, you're lucky I pressed record at all. God, I really hope that what the writer took out of this is what it means to call somebody for short. Because calling someone Kelly is not for short.
We call you Carl for short, don't we?
Yep.
What's your real name?
Carl. Carl! You
Two
gotta
A's.
hang on to the R. She's like, people, my name's actually Kelly.
With 3 L's.
Yeah, haunted. Kelly. Ooh. But you can call me Kelly for short. God. Who's this for?
Well, let's...
That's not the title. That's not what our podcast is called.
Hey, who'd have flicked this on?
Who'd have sat through this? Alright, Oscar. Who would watch this?
Simon Cowell watches this and just laughs in his $1 million, $1 trillion house and goes, I can't believe I made people do that.
He must sit there and be like, God, I should have put One Direction in the film.
Do they not have a film? Oh, no,
They got
like
a doco.
document. Yeah.
But God, they should
Martin
have been in the film.
Scorsese's in that. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen it. I don't remember Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, he brings... It's such a strange thing. Like
He's sitting there and he's just like, we're talking about how good The Exorcist 2 is, right?
Oh no, these boys. No, his title pops up, Martin Scorsese, like film director. You're like, what? He walks in with like his like young daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, here's One Direction. And then I think Niall's like, love Taxi Driver.
I can only assume the little girl was like, he dragged me along. Martin was like, I'm very excited to be here.
You boys have been an inspiration to me.
It's like, Harry, I hear Nolan wants you, which means I want you. God, so you reckon it's for Simon Cowell?
Financially, yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Fun fact, this film has the record for the quickest to DVD home release.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
20 days.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I can only assume that nobody went and saw this in a cinema.
They did go see it in a cinema.
How much? No, but like...
Do you want to know the drop-off?
Yeah.
95%.
How many people turned up for the first weekend?
You're quizzing me. I don't
When
know.
I do research, I know this shit, alright? You're dropping the... Dropped. Visual medium. People love it.
You think we should have do a video one of these?
No, because I love the actually yes, but the concept would be that I refuse to do anything with my hands, and I would make it so much about talking that people would just like, well, being visual added nothing to this.
I like it. We're so stationary and flat that we're just a still JPEG of us.
I almost want us to have light movement like we're a GIF repeating.
Just kind of repeated. Oh, okay, who would watch this? I'm thinking...
How much did it make?
Cost $12 million.
Oh, 12?
I cannot believe that.
12?
12. The plane cost 22.
First Terminator cost less than this.
Fuck off.
Jesus.
It made $5 million.
God, I guess that's a lot for them. Right?
I guess it's a big loss. Who would watch this? It's a torture. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, it's a vehicle of torture because it's $12 million to be mean to Kelly Clarkson. If you're not a fan of her, you're gonna love this.
Fair enough. I think if you've ever wanted to experience spring break, but you were like, God, I want to experience spring break, but I can't get there in time. I can't waste all that time. I've only got 77 minutes, in fact. This one's for you, bud.
But it's the most watered down spring break.
Nobody's drinking.
Yeah, I bought it on YouTube and it says R18 plus. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, no one's drinking.
There's no swearing. It's 100% for kids. I would be surprised if it wasn't PG.
Yeah.
Gee.
Kelly Clarkson...
No, it's very sexual.
No, but that's the whole thing. Like, the other friends are, but Kelly Clarkson is, like, not.
Yeah.
She's, like, like the most she gets is like a midriff, I guess.
Do they kiss? I don't remember if
They
kiss.
do it right at the end, I think.
Which but the camera probably fucking missed it.
Seamless. All right.
All right, Oscar. So what's your little palate cleanser for this week?
Fuck. What did I watch?
Well, in that case, while you're waiting, I'm going to be talking about the Danish film Another Round, also known as Druck. That's what the spelling in. I assume it's drunk, but they spell it Druck.
Because where's it from?
Danish.
Tight. I'm on board.
With phenomenal from the writer and director of The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen. He's also in this one too. Terrific, fantastic film. Very sad, very sobering. Makes you want to be sober for a while.
Should we have a drink? Or
oh god, absolutely.
I'll get you a beer. I'll get you a beer.
Yeah, no, it is quite sad, but yeah, fantastic film. Couldn't rave about it more. Though I feel like people in my audience misinterpreted the film and did not take away the message that I think the movie was
Because I've heard
giving
it's sort of a light, it's kind of funny, and then it's very depressing.
Yeah.
And then, so your cinema audience was like,
Once it got to like the heavy part, I think people were still like, this is a light movie. Like I can only imagine there was a couple next to me that just chuckled and ate popcorn the entire time. And I can imagine that when they left, they were just like, oh, you people have to see Another Round. It's a riot.
It's the bridesmaids of this generation. it's the Denmark.
It's Denmark's bridesmaids of our generation. All right, Oscar, what's your palate cleanser?
Have I ever talked about Garth Marenghi's Dark Place?
No.
Hells yeah. I'm going to chat about it.
The fuck is this?
Okay.
Let me in on it. Give me the goss.
You a fan of Richard Ayoade?
Yes.
You a fan of the other guy who's in IT Crowd, who's the boss?
Yep.
They had their first show, and it's okay. So it's like 2000s, but it's set in like the 1970s, sort of like cheap hospital shows.
Yep.
It's a parody of that.
Ooh. So
it's a 6-part BBC show about this really egotistical writer who wrote a hospital horror show, and it's Richard Ayoade and them acting in it. And it's like a super, like, it's the shittest thing ever made. Like, it's so poorly made. Like, Richard Ayoade's, like, his character's like, I wasn't a great actor, so I had all my lines, like, given to me. So the editing's always, like, choppy and shit. And it's fantastic. It's 6 episodes. That sounds great. It's so funny. Yeah. And, like, you can see, like, you know that scene in Hot Fuzz? Like, when, like, he's walking towards the camera, really, and it's like the whole that joke's in there. Like it's just like you can just tell like so many people have taken from it. Yeah, and it's an absolute ball.
The only thing I know about it is apparently the commentary track on it is hilarious.
I watched this whole thing. Yeah, and then I watched an interview and they were like, it's pretty egotistical for us, like as like because Richard Ayoade is very, you like him, he's very like humble, I think. Yeah. So he was like, well,
he's very self-deprecating.
Yes. Yeah. So he was just like, well, we don't really want to make this like TV show, like fake TV show, and then over the commentary go, fuck, we're clever, we're so funny, this is how they. So what they do with the director's commentary is they commentate over their commentary of the. My God, there's so many layers to it, and it's like another part of the show. It's so funny because they're drunk and not remembering them recording the documentary. Right. It's like 3 layers. The sets are so cheap. They use the exact same hallway, but just at different angles. It's an absolute riot. If you can find it, I think it's all on YouTube.
Yeah, did you watch it on YouTube?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Again,
nice. That sounds great.
It's very funny.
Oh, I'm very much into that.
It is so campy. Oh god, it's so good. Yes, that's why I watched, and then watched the director's commentary of them doing it, and hilarious. Yeah. Greatest thing.
God, I've also been watching a lot of New Girl.
As have I.
Yeah. You know that show where you're not sure whether you love or hate the opening theme song?
Oh yes, constant. But they slightly tweak it every single time.
They're always like, it's short now, it's long tomorrow. God, where are you on in it?
End of season 2. It's a show that like I can see like the seams, like there's like I can see the flaws in it, and sometimes it makes me laugh, but I'm just watching it.
God, they've made a creative choice with Schmidt in season 3 that I just do not like.
Schmidt's my favorite character in the whole thing. Yeah, What's the creative choice?
They make him like a pseudo villain, and he wants to break up Jess and Nick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want you to. He also makes a. Where are you at in season 2?
They've got together, and now Jess is like, "Oh, you're too childish."
Well, so basically, end of season. I'm just gonna spoil it.
Yeah, don't worry, that's fine.
Yeah, end of season 2. Schmidt has 2 people that you can just cut this. Nobody cares about New Girl now.
Audience demand New Girl content.
Yeah, Schmidt isn't sure whether to choose between Cece or his like rekindled love with his like college girlfriend.
Yes.
So he decides to just sleep with both of them and date them both behind each other's backs, and then Nick finds out, tells Jess
because he's the bad liar. And
stuff and then Jess like obviously wants to tell Cece.
Yeah. And
then Schmidt gets all shitty about it because Jess told Cece and is like, "I'm gonna break you guys up. You shouldn't have done that." And I'm like, I could not empathize with you less. You're doing a shitty thing, and in turn, you now want to break up the two men. Like, it's just a baffling choice to me. It makes him so unlikable.
But the tone of the show is so kind of lighthearted and like, well, they won't. But like, it's weird they've gone down that path.
Yeah, it's weird. Also, they absolutely have no clue what to do with Winston as a character.
I hate that, right? They're just constantly like...
They've no clue what to do with him. I feel bad for the actor that he basically... 3 seasons in has not been given anything to do, no real plot lines, no real love interest.
He had a bland girlfriend, and I was like, what's this? And they break up, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
He is so... I don't know why they have him in the show. I mean, I get it, like, you need, like, a big
I feel like they're constantly looking for ways to shove him to the sideline.
Exactly.
He's never involved in Schmidt, Nick, or Jess's plots.
No.
And it's bizarre.
But he's like a dipshit for the first season because he doesn't have any job.
Yeah, they keep changing his character around.
Yeah.
It's like by the 3rd season or something, it's like he doesn't have any real life motivations or a relationship. He doesn't have any money. He's sad.
Yeah.
This is weird.
It's a weird show.
Yeah, it's crazy inconsistent. I think there's some funny stuff in it, and I think the 4 leads are all very comedically talented.
Yeah,
like actors.
What's her name?
Zoe Deschanel.
I think she's really come around as a character. I was not a fan at the start.
Yeah, I think they changed her character a lot. Where I'm pretty like into Jess now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, Zoe Deschanel has some great comedic timing.
She does.
Like, there's a part where I think she's on a period and she has to go for a job interview.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
And they're like, she gets the dog and she's like,
he's gone with us now.
She's like, we better. Like, it's actually so, like, her reaction of it is incredibly funny.
It took a bit to get her in, but now, like, I'm like, alright, cool. It's such a weird...
Yeah, I don't know whether I love it or hate it.
Yeah.
Really, like, I get so frustrated with it.
It's long as well. I hate the plot, like the will they, won't they of Jess and Nick.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck, they're gonna get together.
And also, it's like they're together now at the end of season 2, pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck happens in the next 6 seasons?
If they keep breaking up and stuff, I'm just gonna be just turned off by it.
Because it's like...
The Teoh Swift
Ross and Rachel... Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because Ross and Rachel keep kind of like... It's like they almost got together, then they didn't.
Yeah.
Then they did. And then they kind of just will they, won't they, but never date again for the rest of the show until the end. It's like, that's kind of your right amount.
Yeah. Where, like, you're not distracted by it. Like,
yeah.
It's like...
It doesn't... Friends, to me, doesn't feel like the whole show is about will they, won't they, of Ross and Rachel. This feels like it's all about Jess and Nick.
Yeah. Because constantly it's relationships. That's all it is.
I know. And also, it's just like...
I said no about Cece and Schmidt, because that was the one thing I was really enjoying. I'm like, oh god, this is the thing I'm more invested in.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up again.
Oh well, that's what it is. Anyway, you can join us next week when we're going to be reviewing Cocktail as part of our Valentine's themed month. That's right, we're going to Jamaican Me Crazy Man. Doing the cocktail shaking at the moment. I'm Tom Cruise, baby.
Is that the quote from the film?
What?
Jamaican Me Crazy?
No.
Upsetting. And if you want to, if you just hate that as an idea, you can email us at askwwwtpodcast@gmail.com. Next month is superhero month. I'm keen for that. Maybe
Yeah,
you're
bad
not
superhero
bad
movies.
superhero. Yeah, no, we're doing it for the
So if
Dark
you got some
Knight.
bad superhero movies that you want us to do,
Send it our way. You have a question, send it our way.
Yeah.
If you have hate, or you just want to get like an angry email out there,
and if you want to send us hate mail,
spam will work.
if you want us to be a bit more crushed on the podcast, maybe we're too energetic for you, hate mail's the way to do it. But it does involve mailing us.
Wait, what? And on that note, goodbye.
Thank you for listening.